But HawK has been able to beat Happy before. Once in a tournament recently in War 3 Champions. And also quite a few times on ladder. Can he put all those wins together now and win this grand final? EPT points for Happy, not too relevant. He's certainly qualified. If anybody is, it's him. For HawK, this could be important. These EPT points could be important if things go really wrong for him in DreamHack this week. He's got 5 EPT points guaranteed already in this grand final. And could make it 10 and could make it $100 if he wins. We will start our best of 5 on Northern Isles. Which, by all accounts, is Happy's favorite map. Standard openings on both sides. I always appreciate Happy's base build here on Northerns, especially in the top right. This is, in my opinion, by far the best base build. Shop here, protected, but accessible. Graveyard in front. Because the ghouls can be somewhat in front, it's alright. And then these 2 buildings in the front, these don't matter too much. Ideally, you also want to be able to place a slaughterhouse back here protected. We'll see if he's able to make that work. This is a topic that may bore some people, base build, but I always pay very close attention to it, and it can be relevant. If it's very good or if it's very bad, that can matter. As Ente certainly knows. Ente bro, I love you, but your base builds are pretty bad sometimes, I'm afraid to say. A bit of creeping first. HawK might be going for the old school creep route, which is green into natural right away. That ends up being a very fast expansion, which is nice. But it does mean that the Archmage is going to be fairly low experience. And could struggle with level 3 potentially. Though, not necessarily. One footy harassing in the main, gonna force a narrow tower. And Happy running across the map. Not creeping the green first for level 2, which is what used to be standard. Not sure if this is the right call. He's hoping to steal some last hits, but he's too late for that. And Happy's also almost out of Necromancy charges. The nice thing when you creep the green here is, you can creep the green and let the Skellies finish it, pick up a new rod, and then go harass with level 2 and 2 items. But now Happy is neither level 2, nor does he have 2 items, nor does he have new Necromancy. I gotta say, this looks like a weaker build than he has shown before. He's just gonna try to snipe the town hall? Oh my god, does he have the damage for this? No way. Nope. Needs 2 more peasants. Or 1 peasant, 1 footy to get the level up. Gets the footy right there. This would be an important deny. Oof. Crucial. Super important to prevent that level 2 on the DK. Nicely done by HawK.
A player's forces are under attack.
Thank you very much, Thousand Stripes, for also gifting a sub to VT Flow. And the Archmage should be getting level 3 here, reliably after all. The Murlocs are enough, as he didn't lose any big last hits over here. Vince also with a gifted sub to Apfelkuchen. Thank you, thank you. It's not a good early for Happy. He's still not level 2. He hardly killed any peasants here, and I think it mainly comes down to the opening. Creeping the green into harass right away, I think is just way worse than creeping double green, get new rod, and then attack with level 2. And I feel like this has happened a few times today, where just the build, the early game build, didn't seem so perfect. And now the DK running into the Arcane Tower. Oh! Oh! Arcane Tower denies the footy. That was sick. while the AM is harassing across the map with level 3. If he gets the slaughterhouse cancel, that's huge. Not sure if he has the damage though. And this looks like one of my ladder games, where I'm harassing and I don't get enough kills and I struggle to get level 2. Life for the undead without aura is really miserable. It's a pain in the ass. The aura makes everything better, everything easier, everything smoother. And normally Happy gets it every time with his harass, but not this time. Because HawK did it really well. Almost surrounds a fiend here as well, Jesus. Alright, finally gonna get it now. Aura unlocked, but man, that took forever. Archmage took some damage, but he's got a nice replenishment potion to heal up again. And the tech for HawK is looking really good. Tier 2 tech is oftentimes comparable to the undead Tier 3 tech, but look at Happy. This Tier 3 is super late. This is a terrible early game for Happy. Thank you, Jua Polali, with a 3-month resub. He's still not teching. What the hell? Happy investing heavily on Tier 2. HawK with the second barracks. That could mean rifles, though unlikely. Another deny. God damn. Look at this DK. Barely even level 2. That was a big Nova though. And these footies is gonna start to fall. Yeah, they got defend against the fiends, but the Lich and DK is still doing good damage. Happy didn't bring a new Rod of Necromancy. That's kind of weird. Oh, these towers seem mighty exposed. There's no way you can repair against 4 fiends. Zero chance. And speaking of base builds, I oftentimes feel like the base build by HawK isn't the greatest. What we've seen by Chimiko, for example, is make a blacksmith over here, further in front, blacksmith more HP, and then shop somewhere here or here. Because this shop might be falling. Oh, this early game for HawK was so good, but Happy might be bringing it back. Now that he has the fiend, now that he has the statue, there's a lot of continuous pressure here that's being applied. But Tier 3 for Happy is still far, far away. And so is DK level 3. Well, it's not far, far away, but he's still a ways off, I guess. Look at this Tier 3 timing. That's ridiculously close. It's a human dream. HawK right now just has to make sure he survives. He's spamming footies off of double barracks. But those, of course, can also turn into free experience pretty fast. Losing the shop here is pretty painful. The pressure is starting to get real. HawK is counting the seconds. When is Tier 3 finally finished? One workshop only. And lumber is kind of low. So even if HawK reaches Tier 3, he can't pump out everything that he wants. He wants Knights, Paladin, Gyros. But his lumber is not high enough, it seems. Well, okay, he's getting a lot of lumber back right now. Maybe it is good enough. Focus fire on the DK. But there's no way he can get this kill. The statue's in the back doing such a great job healing. And the DK gets level 3. I feel like HawK over-engaged with the footies right here. I think you should always be walking back and forth. If the undead attacks the buildings, then you go in. You take some damage, you run back. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All about buying time. Paladin is coming though. We got the first knight, the first 2 knights on the way. No blacksmith means no knights, by the way. Happy knows this. And knows how valuable it would be to take out this blacksmith, so HawK has to mass repair this blacksmith. The DK who's now level 3 and the Pit Lord who's bringing the Orb of Corruption. It's gonna make things even more difficult for HawK. Oh man, that's a shame! This game looked so good just a little while ago. But Happy has this habit of always turning it around. A lot of damage on the DK. Oh, nice staff save.
A player's forces are
MK barely survives, makes it back home. It's taking a ton of repair to keep this blacksmith standing. Happy, by the way, has only crept a single camp this whole game. Beyond that, it's just been pressure, pressure, pressure. Never leaving the human side of things. Which also meant that his own base was safe, because he was the one to apply pressure. The initial harass by Happy wasn't that good. I would also say the initial creep route wasn't that good. But beyond that, he was playing this really, really well. And if it's only a couple of gyros trickling in, those can get webbed and taken care of easily. HawK with only 47 supply, that doesn't seem to be enough. The Tri-Hero is here for the human, but it's low levels. MK1, Pally 1, and this MK is already out of mana, doesn't have any more Stormbolt. And without Stormbolt, there's no way you can kill any of these fiends. Well, maybe there is. One fiend dropping low. Happy could be using this Frost Armor perhaps a bit faster, but he wants to go for the kill instead. Save the mana for the Nova, takes out the Pally. Staff was still on cooldown. Oh, almost traps the Knight there as well. And now there's no Arcane anymore, which means these undead heroes can easily jump into the breach. Take out these towers. The ghouls are here as well to deal with the peasants. And Happy seems to be closing it out once again. Map number 2. HawK's choice. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Last Refuge. And now the Expo is broken, and without an expansion, the human is pretty much lost. If you've already got a big army and good hero levels, you can sometimes afford to lose the Expo. But HawK's got a small army, weak hero levels, and he's broke. Happy not even taking out the expansion right away. He falls back, creeps a bit more, and lets the statues work. Statues. The backbone of the undead army, and their way to success. As much as people sometimes get frustrated with statues, they are an absolute necessity for undead. Like Militia is for human, like Moonwells are for Night Elf, like Heal Salves are for Orc. And Happy is probably the best in the world at utilizing statues. Always in the right spot. Never overexposed. Double level ups here for HawK, but he needs level 3s, not just level 2s. Very much aware that he can't save the expansion anymore. Happy takes that one out and is going to push forward. The Mana Stone, of course, that he found is absolutely tremendous.
A player's forces are under attack.
And we see Happy going for the late game Banshees. Breaching into the main base. Is he going to take a fight here? Could be getting trapped like crazy. Happy TP's out just to be safe. Good TP by HawK. Going into the fiends in the back, which were exposed. And one wasn't in TP range. That one goes down. But that was again a great trade for Happy. Took out 4 peasants. And lost only a single fiend for it. Also tactically smart TP, because now there's tons of creep camps for Happy to take. Orange, orange, red, orange. Very smart by Happy. He's gonna get double level up here on Pit Lord and Lich. The DK is still far away from 5. This all comes down to his slow early game, where he really had trouble getting experience at the beginning of the match. Of the map. Paladin level 3 already, but the MK is still lacking behind. AM also far away from 4. Ideally you want to have AM 4 as quickly as you can with the improved mana regen. Oh, the Lich. Packing a serious punch now. Plus 24 on him. Hitlord got 3. It's Rain of Fire 2, right? Yep. Gloves of Haste as well. Oh, goodness. And there we go. Happy creeping 3 orange camps and a red camp in just a matter of seconds. Accelerating right here like crazy. Got Ring of Regen. Which is alright. It's one of the... Oh, at least the gloves on the ground. Sacrilege. There's definitely better items than the Ring of Regen. I would say even the Ring of Protection is better in the late game than the Ring of Regen. And also the Talisman of Evasion. But it does something, I guess. Lionheart of Stormwind for HawK, very nice. He had to go Divine Shield to protect the Pally. Now he still has some bonus armor. The peasants again suffering. 4 peasants taken out in a matter of seconds. TP back home, happy. May just TP out again. Yes, he will. Focus on the Lich, but he's way too tanky. And this is so painful. Especially if you're in upkeep. Losing these peasants and suffering in the economy, but actually HawK wasn't in upkeep. He's being pretty cost efficient here at 50 supply. Happy. He's getting less income, but he's also not losing anything. Hasn't been for a while. And we see the double temple, master training just finished, and now we got a lot of banshees coming. And these knights are going to reveal themselves as turncoats very soon. 333 heroes on a HawK is pretty good. He's also got lots of gold, by the way. He's low lumber now. He's actually got no lumber at all. Time to buy items, I guess. The map is almost entirely crap. Only these little green camps are remaining. Even using the Nova to get that last... The Wand of Illusion is actually a really good item. Even in the late game. And the Archmage does pick it up. 900 gold for HawK, he can't spend it. I just got a Shredder. Okay. Alright. Gonna have plenty of lumber soon. Let's get the much smaller army. Gyros coming in from the side. Archmage in serious trouble right there. Rain of Fire against the Gyros. Trying to take them out as quickly as they can. Destroyers are falling though, but also the knights are getting taken over. One knight was stolen, but I believe only one. Rain of Fire hitting again. Gyros dying fast. Destroyer also falling. Woo! Holy Light again on the Archmage. Invoke Potion was used before. Happy has more mana for more nukes. Paladin needs to be careful. He's out of mana now. No more Holy Light, but he's still got Divine Shield. Maybe. Maybe! No, he doesn't! Divine Shield was used already. And that is GG. Happy takes the first map after all. After what was a terrible early game for him. HawK looked so good right there. But then it kind of slipped away. I think HawK used his footmen way too carelessly. Frivolously. I think he needed to keep them more safely in the back and only engage when he absolutely had to. And also the building placement at the expansion could have been much, much better, in my opinion. This is something that I've seen HawK struggling with a lot, is build placement. Building placement. The player who was the master at that was Infi. His bases were always perfect. The towers were protecting the blacksmith was protecting the towers. It was so hard for the fiends to ever reach the towers. You could always punish the AI bugging out, kind of. And that's, of course, a very weird, intricate thing to pay attention to. But especially in this matchup, it can make a huge difference. Whether or not the fiends can attack the towers is so huge. Alright. Map number 2. Tide Hunters. Not Last Refuge. Alright. DK first, standard opening on both sides. Question is, when and where is HawK gonna expand? There's two options here. Either to go for the natural, which is way easier, or to expand a bit later, get level 3 for the Archmage, and expand down here. This one's dangerous. If the DK shows up to harass, which he certainly will, and you lose some big last hits, that would be very painful. Thank you, Boro Rush, once again with the 100 bits. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Over here in Germany, it's rather the evening, but I appreciate you still tuning in early at your time. And Timber Owls with a 5-month resub. Thank you. Some good items here can make a big difference. Circlets and claws are always what you want.
A player's forces are under attack.
Gloves for Happy, not the best. Circlet, there we go. That's going to be a quick expansion creep for HawK. Calls the militia. And the DK is going to need quite some time to get over there. Might even creep this one first. Pick up another item. And then harass, perhaps? Using a ton of mana here as well.
Player's forces are under attack.
It would appear that there's not going to be too much aggressive potential to take out peasants. Oh, of course. If you have claws along with the gloves are pretty good. Marketplace here as well. Happy could buy a Gloves of Haste, but he probably rather wants those claws. Oh, he buys the gloves. Indeed. Alright. Gets the last hit on the Murloc. Archmage double circlet. Very good items for him.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not yet level 3. And level 3 might turn out to be difficult. Oh, the DK. Oh, almost getting surrounded. Woof, again. Almost getting surrounded. But a clean expansion here by HawK. He hasn't lost a single peasant yet, which is outrageous. A little while ago, Happy played out of Backpack to bring a new Rite of Necromancy. He's not doing that anymore. And honestly, I think it would be better if he did start doing it again. Alright, 2 peasants go down. One of them denied. Or was it 3? Was it 2 or 3, Chad? I'm not sure. But either way, this is totally fine for HawK. This is a good early game for him. Once again, it's not as good as Northern Isles, but it's still good. As we have tier 2 about to finish, we take a look at HawK's main base. He's got tons of peasants on lumber. How many is this? 5, 7, 8. But they're on the wrong side. They should be over here. The lumber over here is much, much closer. There we go. Full mining established. There's always the dream. The expo finishes, and then the tech starts right away. That's what the humans want. And you also got level 3 Archmage. Triple circlet and boots. Not bad, not bad. Really needs to start this tech though. I think HawK is making a few too many things here. Like buying this circlet and making the shop before the tech. This all slows down tier 2. Here we go. Finally it starts. We saw very late tech there on map 2 by Happy towards tier 3. And that looked a bit sketchy, getting to Orb and Destroyer so late, but it turned out really well. The pressure with 5 Fiends and a statue was very high, against which HawK had serious trouble. We have defend coming, Lumber Mill. The macro by HawK is looking okay, but again, the base build. Barracks here at the expansion, okay. But this tower is extremely easily attackable. This one in the back, not so much. But there we go. You see these two towers? They're super easy to attack. Again, ideally, you want to make towers in such a way that fiends can hardly reach them. A good distance behind buildings like a blacksmith or lumber mill or barracks. But HawK now going on the offensive himself, trying to distract from his own expo. Nova into the footies, one of them goes down, sacrifice to the creeps. Happy has to respect this run-by potential, so he's staying back for now. And at this point almost has level 3 on the DK. These items on the Lich, absolutely tremendous by the way. Oh, and we have another nice deny. Once again, preventing a level up, this time it's level 3. Lots of towers by HawK. Lots of towers. Is he going tanks? This is kind of the usual tank play. Just turtle up like crazy, buy time, and then use tanks to force the undead back to buy more time.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the game plan here for HawK is working out, I guess. Happy's forced to stay home. Dude, the denies are on point. But no way to deny this one. Final level 3 for the DK. As Happy's waiting for tier 3 to finish any moment now. Oh, and HawK lands on tier 2, but he doesn't have the lumber to go tier 3 right away. Oh, that's always very annoying. And that's of course thanks to the towers. These towers cost a lot of lumber. You want to rush that tier 3 as quickly as you can to get into Knights and Gyros and Paladin as fast as possible. Now the tier 3 starts, but it does seem a bit late. The tier 2 was delayed earlier because of some investments, and the tier 3 was also delayed now because of low lumber. With how the game played out, with the aggressive play, HawK forced Happy to stay back, so honestly, these towers weren't even needed this whole time. But that is so hard to be able to tell that, you know, early in the game. Imagine if you had made no towers here and was just like, well, I'm gonna play aggressive, so I'm not gonna need them. That can also backfire sometimes. That is where the true human geniuses, TH and Infi, used to come in. They would always know exactly what they need. As I said earlier, Undead in this matchup is very micro-focused, very execution-focused. Human is very macro-focused. Decision-making and overarching plans. Whereas the Undead game plan is super easy in this matchup. But if you've ever tried to play with Fiends against 60 supply Knights Gyros, you will quickly learn how difficult micro can be. Or even 70 or 80 supply Knights Gyros. Thank you very much. Oh, wait a minute. Archmage trying to get the cancel here. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was so close. Happy going for an early Temple of the Damned, so it seems like he doesn't want to try to push at all, but rather go into Banshees quickly. Anyways, T-Burgers with a 6-month resub says, B2W life! Great work this weekend. Warcraft 3 is not dead. And Epos Gilburn with a 51-month resub. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, of course, DreamHack was happening the whole last week and will continue on Wednesday on twitch.tv/ESL_WC3. Thank you, Drunken Panda, with a 3-month resub. So HawK knows about the Banshees early, which means he should either go heavy into mortar teams, or also mix in a couple of breakers. Or tanks. It's also an option. Double workshop, tanks. Alright. We saw that very impressively before by Johnny Cage. HawK hasn't been playing this too much lately. And Happy will need to identify this soon. Dealing with 2 tanks, not that hard. And 3 to 4 tanks, also still manageable. But once there's like 5, 6 tanks, you really have to be ready for the defense. You need to have narrow towers, acolytes, zeppelins maybe, and of course meat wagons. Heavy creeping by Happy is about to have 4-3 hero levels right here, while HawK is going to drop into the main. Thank you, Clincer21 with a 3-month resub. Says hi, hi, hi. Oh, Happy sees this one coming a mile away though. Already has one fiend parked in the back, ready to web the Zeppelin. Yeah, it seems like Happy knows exactly what's going to be happening here. Is he going to have to TP back to deal with this, is the question. Yes, he will. He took out a lot of creep camps, whereas the Pally is only creeping a tiny little green camp in the meantime. Oh, MK, caught. What happened? Oh, MK, gonna go down. It's only level 1 hero. It's not that painful of a loss, but it is a loss. And of course, with how much experience tanks give nowadays, the undeads can level really quickly in this kind of a game, when a couple of tanks are fed away, and a couple of heroes here and there, and some peasants, and yada yada yada. Happy staying at 50, trying to be supply efficient, income efficient. I guess also supply efficient. While HawK is trying to expand, but Happy scouts it absolutely perfectly. How many tanks we got now? 2 tanks in the Zep, 2 tanks over here, 2-0 upgraded, 3-0 in the works. There's gonna be a lot of damage on the tanks and the gyros. Lich gets level 4. Is Happy gonna expand here? Oh, it's just gonna patrol, I mean. Not parole, patrol. Losing these temples is not a concern at the moment, because you don't need banshees against knights, against tanks, I mean. But later on, if there's a ton of knights out, which at the moment there isn't, but later if there is, this could be a problem. All these tanks are gonna go down. No way for the Zeppelin to save them. That is a lot of experience for Happy. He gets level 5 on the DK. Lich hit level 4. And there's not too many creeps left anymore on the map. There's a couple. There's some oranges here. There's, alright, you know what? Never mind. There's a good amount of creeps still left. Creeping this camp with knights thanks to Slam isn't that easy. But HawK is gonna get it. Hood of Cunning is whatever. Happy with a 3rd meat wagon on the way. It's also easy to overinvest in meat wagons. You never know how many tanks they're gonna be ultimately. Did Happy just scan? I think he did. I think he just scanned over here, didn't he? Tried to see what's being produced and what the army was and stuff. And yeah, there's not really many tanks anymore. So there's 2 tanks here. I think I saw a 3rd one somewhere. No, only 2 so far. And 3 wagons might be a bit too much. But I think he cancelled one. I think he cancelled 1 wagon and now he's stuck. He's sitting on 2 wagons, if I see this right. HawK is creeping up and creeping up. If HawK gets to 80 supply with a good army, meaning not tanks, he's got a good chance this game. He could easily go into mortar teams here as well. MK gonna get level 3 here. Look at that. Triple level 3. And he bought a parry app. Did you see that? buying the Periapt. Todd, are you in chat right now? How many times have I told you that it can be really good to buy late game Periapt on the Archmage to protect him against the nuke if you have the gold? Do you believe me now? Tanks again getting taken out, but the Haunted took a lot of damage in the meantime. Dude, he got so much experience though. Woo! Lich level 5. The time for tanks might be over. I like the breakers. They can't be possessed. And they can return, reflect the curse. Is there no gyros at all? No. More teams coming right now. I don't know if Happy realizes it, but a heavy switch into destroyers right now would be insanely good. But he's sticking with Banshees. This army for HawK doesn't seem to be ready. He doesn't have the mortar teams yet. But Happy hesitating. Shouldn't he have just gone in right here? Look at this army. This was 5 knights and 1 breaker, nothing else. The heroes are strong for HawK, yes, but Happy's army is looking much, much stronger. And if this 3rd base comes up, HawK is going to be looking even better. A bit of a shame that HawK invested into triple range upgrades and doesn't have any gyros to benefit from it. But he does have the mortar team's triple range upgrade. Up to 103 damage. Ooh. 75 average damage. With frag shards, they do more splash. And when the Banshees channel possession, they take bonus damage on top of unarmored bonus damage. This could be sick DPS. Happy's goal here is to kite back and forth and use Coil Nova to take out mortar teams in the meantime. And dance with the Banshees as much as possible. 1 Banshee goes down, but only 1 so far. Oh, lots of possession coming in. And it seems like they're all coming through. Oh, and the MK dies. Level 3 Coil Nova. Bye-bye, Mountain King. And it seems like Happy does it again, doesn't he? We got some towers here at the expansion, but does it really matter? It doesn't seem like it does. Possession again. Knights getting taken over once more. Archmage in trouble. Invul Potion saves him for now. And the mortar teams are all dead. Against almost every other undead, these mortar teams always wreck the Banshees, but Happy controls them so perfectly that somehow the Banshees survive, steal all the knights. And now Happy with a huge army lead. The late game cannon tower, always fun to see. But it won't be standing for too long. Statue's very dry for Happy. He's gonna have to make some new ones here, I guess. And again, he could go into destroyers. Would be very effective since there are no gyros on the field. Happy still with decent gold, 300 in the bank. He's just making more and more and more Banshees. Wagon still protecting the main. And map 2 also, Happy does not seem to give away. Today's a weird day for Happy. Like, the early game always goes bad, but he always seems to be able to bring it back. Oh, AM. Oof. Eats the Coil Nova, lots of damage. Meatwagon is now coming in to attack as well. We'll be able to take out this Town Hall very swiftly. Both undead heroes almost on level 6. Finally starts making statues again. That was a bit late, I believe. How much gold do we have left in the expansion? Not much. It's gonna run out pretty much at the same time as the main. Happy has some more gold left in the main base because of how much he has had to repair. But soon also Happy could look towards an expansion himself. Thank you very much. Wait a minute. Where did we leave off? Thank you, Ilmby with a 14 months. Right Mouse with a 2-month resub. In RLZ with a 14 months says Pog. Kafka on the Shore. First time sub, welcome. And Hadoko with a 15-month resub says 15 months, ole. Thank you guys. HawK has muscled up to a big army. 80 supply, he will try to expand again. He's got the resources. I like the flare upgrade. Gonna look for what's going on across the map.
A player's forces are under attack.
Needs to be really careful with these mortar teams. If they're a bit too far forward, they're gonna get sniped right away. Is this map poor man's Turtle Rock? Excuse me? This map is way better than Turtle Rock. This is my favorite map at the moment. This map is amazing. Unlike Turtle Rock. Would love to see a shop here. Shop could be huge to get some more potions. Speaking of potions, no invuln on HawK and no Divine Shield. Oh, that's really risky, man. No Divine Shield on a Pally. It's all gonna come down to these mortar teams again. If they can take out the Banshees, HawK can win the fight. If they get sniped, HawK will lose the fight. So many Banshees. And there we go. The damage is stacking up. Did you see? 2 Banshees taken out right away. Militia Call with the perfect timing. Call Nova in the back. One more team going down. A second one perhaps as well. There is Disease Cloud now finally. Oh my god, Happy is losing a lot of units. More teams though almost all fallen. Only a single one left standing. One possession comes through. But most Banshees have died. 10 supply lead for HawK. But he's got the weaker heroes, I guess. Paladin, heavy focus. He's way too far forward. This Paladin should never be in the front line. He doesn't have a... Oh, he does have a staff. Oh my god. Last second with the staff. Now the MK in trouble. No healer for him anymore. HawK loses the MK. It's very easy, of course, to misposition the Paladin if you have him in the same group as the Knights. But you always have to manually keep back the Paladin. He's never supposed to be in the front line. That, plus the fact that he didn't have Divine Shield. For a moment there, it looked good for HawK once again. Happy, by the way, has the Expo coming. HawK did take out a lot of Banshees, but perhaps not quite enough. Mana potion on the DK, this coil hurts! As the Archmage quickly notices. Oh, and there it is! Coil Nova, parry up on the ground. He tried to eat the mana potion. Not quite able to in time. And that must be game. GG is called. Happy with a 2-0 again. Again. A comeback by Happy. This was once more a good early game for HawK, but not quite good enough in the late game. In the late game, Happy just always looks better than pretty much every other European. With perhaps the exception of Foggy. Map number 3. Can Happy make this a perfect series here without dropping a map in the grand final? And in fact, not dropping a map in the whole tournament. Or can HawK bring it back? HawK at least gets 5 EBT points from this, which might be relevant. Might be relevant for the EPT standings. Oh, he had Lionhorn. Oh, was that a Lionhorn? And he had Divine Shield? Okay, I may have been mistaken. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think he did have a Lionhorn, right? So he still had Divine Shield. But I guess at that moment it was on cooldown. But still, you have to keep the pally manually in the back, always. That level 3 Coil Nova. So deadly. That's why Happy, when playing these Banshees, makes a deliberate choice not to go third hero, so that his Lich and DK level really heavily and get to 5 reliably to snipe mortar teams and also to threaten hero kills on the human side. Or perhaps take out knights quickly. Map number 3. What are we gonna get? It's Happy's choice now. So, what does that mean? Concealed Hill? I could see. Pally Rifles too slow to come online versus Happy. You know, in the past, Thorzane made it work against Happy, and those were some amazing games. But Happy nowadays has a really good tech against Pally Rifle, and by tech I mean a technical adjustment. And that's to just go for a fast expansion. Go for the fast expo right away, creep it, and then play from a 2-base advantage, as of course the Pally Rifles is really slow to move across the map and to come online. It's not, however, playable on every map. So, on Concealed Hill, for that reason, Pally Rifles could be playable, but I mean, you know, it's still a cheese. Mostly. Alright, players are in, players are ready for map 3, and it shall be Last Refuge, I believe. Let's see, what's HawK doing? He might be AFK right now. Yeah. Getting a quick bathroom break. And then we'll be ready for map 3 momentarily. CKMDE with a 10-month resub. Thank you. Griffins don't really work? Yeah, no. Griffins definitely don't work. Griffins are extremely bad against Fiends and Banshees. It's like Fiends and Banshees are the hard counter to Griffins. Alright, Last Refuge. I think this is a really good human map. I keep on saying it over and over. And I really believe it. It's an easy expansion to creep. You get, if you're a bit lucky, really good items for the Archmage. And the DK struggles sometimes even to get level 2 here. You can put pressure on the DK right away because of how easy the Expo is to creep. And I think HawK here should have his best chance yet to win at least a map. Let's get into it. 2-0 lead for Happy. The Emperor. The undisputed. The unbeatable. The man who has won every single DreamHack season so far. All 5 seasonal events. And the regional finals as well. And might be poised to win the winter season of this year also. Thank you very much. Hochmut with a 17 months says meet me. And again, we see standard play. Tet Fiend build by Happy. Archmage for HawK. Not gonna get so desperate as to try something like a Pally or a Mountain King here. I wonder, could it be a good idea for HawK to creep the Merc camp? Take a bit of a risk? If there's no Acolyte Scout to check for this, this is safe to do. And of course, that is a big if. Oh, and look at that. Happy was looking for the critters, but couldn't find any critter. So now he has to creep with the Acolyte. And it's again, not a good start for Happy. It keeps on happening this series. This whole day, basically. Oh, Footy getting ensnared. Happy not gonna try to take it out. Interesting. Double coil expended. Claws of attack. Very good find. And I like the Footy harass here at the beginning. What does HawK find? Gloves is alright. If you find some more damage with claws and mantle, it's really good. Doesn't get that though. Gets the cloak, which is mostly useless. The AM doesn't really get focused in this matchup until the very late game.
The player's forces are under attack.
And Happy gonna run across right now. Used only one Rod of Necromancy charge so far. He could slay another critter right here. And the timing is going to work out. If Happy gets the big Ogre Magi, HawK's going to be in trouble. That's the danger of LR. If you lose a lot of last hits here, AM might be stuck on level 2, which is very, very bad. Happy gets one last hit. Oh, nice deny on the Watch Elemental. He cannot lose this one. Oh, and Happy doesn't get the next one. This was so important for HawK. If he loses the Magi, the game's not exactly over, but it's very bad. Happy got some creep last hits, but the peasant's mostly alive. And another nice deny. Oh, the items for HawK here are really not the best. Tower should be surviving. As we all know, the repair rate nowadays is quite amazing. And here we go, Expo coming. It is a bit of a delayed expansion though. Happy's tier 2 about to finish. Fiends on the way. And the DK is looking for more peasant kills. No Rod of Necromancy anymore though. I think the problem for HawK here was he wasn't putting enough pressure on the DK. Especially on this map. Normally you can summon a Watch Elemental and send it in to creep with the Militia and like 1 or 2 footies. And then the AM and 2 footmen should always be plinking away, pinging at the DK, making it difficult for him to engage. But here Happy had a very easy time to try to harass. And honestly, HawK was a bit lucky that Happy didn't get the Magi. Although, to be fair, he also played around it nicely. Happy's coming back to the Expo. Arcane Tower is standing. And the Town Hall is finished. So there might not be too much Happy can do here. He's going in with a DK. Willing to sacrifice his mana. And HawK is not coming back. Whoa. Whoa. He's just sacrificing all of his peasants here? Oh, that's a dangerous move. He's trying to cancel the Slaughterhouse. Perfect positioning on the Slaughterhouse. I also always put it back here. Very nicely done. Very hard to reach. Militia coming from the main, but this is going to be expensive in lumber. However, tier 2 already started. Slaughterhouse is going to be cancelled. Comes at a price, though. They're just going to come out in a moment with the Nova. The footies are going to be in trouble. Last second cancel. Lich is here. Nova is cocked and ready. These footmen are gonna feel the frostburn here momentarily. And HawK gets 2 building casts actually. Not bad, not bad. Archmage threatened a bit. In the meantime, the DK is still at work here in the north. Oh, that's so many peasants dying. He doesn't even care about the Arcane Tower. And there we go. Lich picks up the Rod of Necromancy. Now a lot of skeletons involved here as well. That's so many footies going down. And I think HawK made the wrong choice going for the counterattack. DK gets level 3 and more peasants falling. Militia called from the main again. His lumber, when he reaches tier 2, is going to be such a disaster. But at the same time, Happy is not able to tech yet and hasn't started, or hasn't finished rather, his slaughterhouse. It was cancelled once, and the second time, it wasn't even cancelled, so he lost all the resources. Lich, though, just in defending, got a full level 2. And now getting a mana potion, bringing it over. That's a good thing when you're low on lumber. You have an excess of gold, you can buy some more items. And this time the slaughterhouse will finish. Somehow, magically, all the ghouls survived, by the way. Don't know how he did that. And again, militia have been called. We have a lumber mill coming. The HawK is going to be so scrapped for lumber. Mana potion keeps the fiends alive. Oh, he gives over the Rod Necromancy. So many skellies and the next Nova. Oh my goodness. This series, and especially this map, is a lot of suffering for HawK. He's suffering for our sins, like Jesus did. Arcane Tower will be falling. That was one of the last bastions of defense here at the expansion. Militia come in from the main again. Tier 2 is finished. MK coming. But absolutely no lumber harvesting whatsoever for HawK. And the AM, if he falls, this game is certainly over. The only silver lining that there is the fact that the Happy is not on his way to tier 3 yet. But that's probably going to change soon. He's almost got enough lumber. Now he does. And now he can go tier 3.
The player's forces are under attack.
There we go. Tier 3 starting. Statue coming. And that is the best unit in the game. Happy's going to have it available in a moment. MK joining. What can he do? Maybe force a TP on the Death Knight. But then again, DK is pretty tanky. Got statues healing him now. Oh, the Lich feels the hammer to the head, but there is a coil available to heal him up. The DK about to hit level 4. Always a huge level up. Oh my god, dude. How many militia have been called this game? An absolute ton. But seemingly that was not enough. Tier 3 has now finally started for HawK. Somehow he scratched together the lumber needed. And he's not far behind Happy with that tech, to be honest, but he's just got so much weaker of an army. Does he have even defend? Oh, he doesn't even have defend. Yikes. HawK, honestly, with a couple of really good plays this series. Really good. A lot of them. But in the end, Happy is just unbeatable. How does he do it? Every time. It doesn't even matter if he falls behind. He will claw his way back. He will find the win condition. He will outplay you in the end. Ave Emperor. Unbelievable performance once again.